Gainer in the green. It takes us to our talk of the tape. All that lies ahead as Alphabet and Tesla get ready to report in overtime in less than 1 hour. Let's bring in star analyst Dan Ives of Wedbush and Jason Snipe of Odyssey Capital Advisors. Jason is CNBC contributor, of course. And it's great to have you both with us. Dan Ives, to you first. Are you optimistic?
I mean, look, we're very bullish in terms of what you're going to see tonight. I think Tesla's really around AI, robotaxi. Really, it's the start of the AI future for Musk and Tesla. And I think this, and I've talked about it, it's going to be worth $1 trillion alone to the valuation of Tesla.
So, you didn't even address Alphabet. Does that mean you're less excited about that? Even as you say, there's an attractive setup for it. I think the market kind of questions, is it really? Is it really an attractive setup?
I think Alphabet, in my opinion, from a large cap perspective, it's one of the most, probably the best risk-reward names out there because our view, I get the DOJ issues and the worry that AI is going to cannibalize search. We upped our digital advertising growth numbers, our YouTube numbers. We think it's strong. I think this is when the street's underestimating growth, and there's probably $40, $50 overhang right now between AI and DOJ. That's why we still think there's a table pounder here.
I know, but why are you raising? Why do you feel so compelled to raise your search estimates for not only the quarter but the full year? Why don't you need to see more proof before you start doing stuff like that?
It's a great question. I mean, but our reputation has been built on the work that we do during the quarter. And everything we see from a digital advertising perspective has been bullish, not just for Alphabet, but for Meta as well. And that's why I think what we're seeing now, this golden age for tech, is all starting to take shape. The next stages of AI, and I think what you're going to see throughout earnings season the next 2-3 weeks, is that it's a big step, I believe, forward for big tech.
Why does the golden age for tech have to be a golden age for all? Some are going to shine brighter than many of the others. There's a question as to whether this one is going to shine as brightly as a Meta or an NVIDIA or an Amazon.
Yeah, I think right now you have a separation, right? And of course, you have NVIDIA, you have Microsoft, you have Meta. On this side, you have Apple, Tesla, and I'd say right now Alphabet's kind of in between. It's a prove-it quarter for Alphabet. I think it's a prove-it quarter for Amazon. But our view is that when you think about the second, third, fourth derivatives of AI, and the $2 trillion that's going to be spent in the next 3 years, Street's still underestimating it, which is why I believe tech stocks are up another 10, 12% the rest of the year. And I believe we're going to be talking in the next 12, 18 months about NASDAQ 25,000.
So, Jason Snipe, you just heard him. It's a table pounder going into the print. You agree?
So this is what I would say, Scott. A couple things. One, Google's run up a lot into the print. It's up 31% since the tariff delay April 8th. It's flat on the year, but it's moved a lot since the delay, clearly. I think my focus really is on search. I'm a little bit less bullish because I think the chatbots and all the rising competition in kind of the answer key spectrum is obviously giving me some concern on what search will look like. Clearly, the Eddie Q event, we've moved since that. That was 2 months ago when there was discussion about, hey, this is the first time in 20 years that an Apple product, that there's been some decrease in search in Apple products in 20 years. So I think Google has passed a lot of these hurdles and some of these headlines. But for me, it's definitely about search. It's definitely about Google Cloud. We're expecting 26% upside there. We're expecting about 11% revenue growth and 16% earnings growth. So, I think it's a show me quarter. I agree with Dan from that perspective. But I'm a little bit less bullish going into this print for Google here.
So, Dan, the stock's up 25% since the so-called Eddie Q sell-off. Did the market overdo it? Is it just a rebound that was caught up in the momentum of the whole trade of Mag 7 and AI? Are we going to get some real answers tonight from the company?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing here is the view that AI, it really means the end of the search business for Google. And I think the reality is that Google is going to be a huge participant when it comes to AI. And we talk about it not just on GCP, but when it comes on the consumer side and even on autonomous. And I think what you're going to see tonight is a management team more on the offensive than defensive. Now, clearly, DOJ and other regulatory issues. But I get what Snipe's saying. He brings up great points. But in my view, when you think about DOJ and you think about the regulatory and you think about just the worries about AI, the upside downside here is significant in terms of what I view as bullish.